like a broken pen, so like the metal on the shaft of it was like sticking out.
Yeah, it was like destroyed.
Oh, you didn't do the big one. Adam did the big one,
Yeah,
didn't he?
I did the one on your left arm, which was there for a couple months, but I don't think I think it's the scar's faded now, hasn't it?
Something like
So
that. We would
it
have.
did scar.
Yeah.
It was there for a couple months, and then it just disappeared. And then
Remember
one from Adam, he probably
we
does that
we
on
were
it.
all, got that. We were all there, just like doing little tiny scratches on each other, like, oh, this is fun. Then Adam just gets the pen, digs it right down my arm, like a foot long,
You were
bloody.
bleeding for at least half an hour from that.
Oh, I don't know why I used to do all that stuff. Like, I used to like whip my arm with compasses and maths just
I
to
remember
avoid
that. You
doing
and Dom
that.
did that, didn't you? That was.
Hmm?
You tried doing it to me, and I moved. I actually have blood on one of my books because of that.
Was that in PDB when I did that?
you did it. You also did it on my fucking final coursework essay I gave in. The essay I gave in. Alright, this is 90% of my grade, of my citizenship grade for GCSE. Me and Ollie were working together on some coursework, and it's some handwritten essay. Ollie decided to do some like whipping of some compass to bring back nostalgia of what he used to do, and then he started bleeding, and then he decided it would be a good idea to wipe it all over Damon's coursework. So now I had it in a grade. It was a shit paper anyway. I did so bad on it, but I handed it in with blood. So some poor person had to go verify that it was all correct, and it had like loads of Ollie's blood on it.
I can't remember what happened it as well in one lesson. I remember my mouth was bleeding for some reason, and I decided to wipe it all over someone's work.
That was me. That was mine again. You put it on my book, and then you wiped like a fucking liver on my book. You and George. What about Buckle's pen though?
What Buckle's pen?
We got a mate. He's called Buckle. We were dissecting a heart in our science lesson years ago. I think Ollie recognises the story now. Alright, he gets pissed off quite easily, but it's funny to see him pissed off. One of our friends, they were dissecting a heart, and they took one. You know the big veins coming out, the arteries coming out the heart, like really big. What he did, he cut that off to make like a ring shape, and it was like a perfect ring. It would fit around your finger, like really snug. And what he did, he picked up my friend's pen and put this ring around the pen and left it on his book and left it there for the entire lesson. And then when everything was cleaned up and away, my friend went back to the pen and just looked at it, and he had like a bit of a heart on his pen, and his face was so funny because it pretty much just like crunched up into like origami at that point.
Origami?
I'm just trying to think. It's just like folded up into like some shape. Oh.
What it is. It's not as amazing the second time. Like the first time you see it, it's like, oh.
Yeah, this is like. Yeah.
Still good though. Still good.
That is some beauty there. Oh.
But I swear, George did something like that to me. I can't remember what he left in my book, but I remember opening it and like 2 pages were stuck together, and I was like, "Oh God, what is it?" And I opened it up and just saw something horrific in between the pages. I'm not quite sure what it is.
If you had anything to do with dissecting, just stay away from George.
George was just an asshole to me for like the whole year. Oh, 5 years we were at school. When he got me sent out for Howdy
tell
Partner.
that story, because that's the fucking.
This is just like nostalgia episodes.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, no, but basically, we had a supply teacher and everyone was pissing him off. So he said the next person to talk gets sent out, and I was sitting next to George for some reason, and George goes, "Howdy, partner." So the supply teacher then says to George, "Right, get out." And then George says, "I didn't do it, it was him," and points to me. The supply teacher then says to me, "Right, get out." And I say, "No, it wasn't me, it was George." The supply teacher then says, "No, I saw you do it." Despite talking to George about it first and accusing him of doing it, he sees me do it, apparently. And even with a 2-minute argument, I get sent out because of that bullshit.
Oh, I just remember that so clearly in my head. It's just like, "Howdy, partner," and then everyone just burst out in laughter.
God, that's so annoying. I think I've like lagged again because I can't see anything in front of me. And I can't see you.
Did
I'll
you
disconnect and reconnect.
No, I see you there. You just see the water. You're just by the water. You didn't go around the corner.
Oh, silly me. Oh, yeah, I see you.
See? Oh.
TeamSpeak password.
Team Burger or something like that, isn't it?
Beef burgers.
Beef burgers. Oh, that's been in the news. Let's talk about that. Let's have some
This is just like
some topic.
some nostalgia conversations and now
Now turn on to beef burgers.
some modern news.
What's your thoughts on the local things going around in Britain at the moment of horse meat used in some burgers?
I honestly don't care.
Nope. Like I said earlier, if it tastes nice, I don't have a problem.
Look,
I don't care if they lied to us and said, if they said to me, this is a beef burger and it's actually made out of slugs, and then afterwards, and I liked it, and then afterwards said to me, oh, it's actually slugs, I'd be like, so, I'm going to eat some more.
Slugs? How would slug meat ever pass for beef?
I don't know. I don't think does anyone eat slugs? Is there any country that eats slugs?
I'd imagine there would be somewhere. Ah, no, slugs are horrible.
I think that would taste like cheesy, cheesy chicken for some reason.
Did you lick your lips while saying that? That's disturbing.
I had to.
I'll willingly eat a kebab and I don't question what's in there. It just tastes good. I don't doubt that there's bits of toenail and animal bogies in it, but
the weird thing is with that, my dad, I used to hate mincemeat with all my life, but there's only one thing that could make me eat it when I was younger.
Alright.
Like, I didn't like the texture of it. I love the taste of it. I love mincemeat for now, but my dad used to say to me, oh, it's animal bogies, and I'll just be like, oh, that sounds disgusting, and I'll just like slurp it up. I'll be like, yeah, this is good.
Animal bogies.
It's like, how did that become something that I would like to eat?
That would work for peas, maybe, but what animals have brown bogies like that? Or boogers?
They're like more like bum curds.
That's the most revolting thing I've ever heard.
You know, nerds, Wonka's nerds.
Yeah.
It's like the brown Wonka's nerds. Bum curds.
Isn't this where
Yeah, it's the beach. I don't know if we didn't go off up into this area last time, did we?
No, we didn't. Well, this is
know
where
if
like
there was anything.
Boromir goes and chases Frodo down, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, perhaps Frodo's there now.
Maybe there's that structure that he falls off, whatever it is.
Yeah, Amon Rath. I'm hoping it's here, because...
We should try and get some Lord of the Rings discussions in this video.
Yeah,
rather than just random.
Alright, what do you think of the recent controversial issues in Middle-earth about horse meat being used in Rohan's burgers?
Bill?
Bill?
Por qué? Bill the pony.
I think we found some stuff.
Yeah, stuff here is probably one of the... Oh, there's a path. Did we take the path last time?
No, let's go take the path.
Oh, what was it last time? There was like a road and we got really confused about which direction it was. Was that
on the other side of this river?
Right.
We had an argument because we're going back up to Amon Rath, didn't we?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think we should just cross now before we end.
Right. Yeah.
Before we end up getting like extremely lost. We've got lost long enough on this.
The amount of time we've actually spent on course is probably like
2%.
Probably.
Actually, the only time I think we've actually been properly on course is through Moria and from the distance from Bree to Rivendell. All the rest was pretty much just like, yeah, I think it's this way.
Well, most of Moria was, I think it's this way.